Welcome to the Full Dive Gaming Podcast, bringing you a full dive of virtual reality gaming. This is a special mini episode coming from our hotel room in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's why you'll notice there's no intro, outro music or the things that you're normally used to. But we were actually invited to a giant anime convention called Animazement here. I have to say an extra special thank you to our podcast sponsor, Asterion Products. You've probably heard about them from us, but they donated a bunch of their Aura VR headset stands, their Asterion Vertex gaming headphone stands, so we'd have extra things to use here at the convention and then give away at the end of it. Please go check them out on Amazon if you haven't already. Use code FULLDIVE10 for 10% off of any purchase. We'll make sure there's links in the description and the show notes. I'm Jay Brad. I'm a VR YouTuber and streamer.
And I am Nat Brat, a VR enthusiast that cosplayed as Sailor Moon this week.
We had a lot of trips this month you've been hearing about on here. We're heading back to Oregon tomorrow as Animazement is just now coming to an end. I want to give a quick shout out. BDL Baseball on our Discord, aka Brandon, was actually passing through this area, passing through Raleigh, came to the convention, met us with a bunch of his friends, Christine, Justin, and Kyle, who all showed up here. And they actually came to check out the convention, of course, to meet us. But then I also got to go through the VR room that we were hosting here, letting people test out VR games and play with us. So it was really awesome to meet them out there today.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
And it just happened to work out. It was awesome.
Yeah, just got lucky. We were able to get them comp tickets, so they got in for free. They got to go down the showroom. I saw one of them bought like a sword from one of the anime shows that they were checking out. Actually, I think it was from a game that they were talking about, which is really cool. For all our people out there who have never heard of Animazement, Nat, what would you tell them it is?
Animazement, it's a con. It's an anime convention. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina every year. Actually, this is the first year back since 2019, so that's really awesome. I'm so excited we got to be here at the, exciting coming back after COVID time. It's about 10 to 15,000 people that come to this convention. I'm cool. The con. And it's actually, we've heard that it's like more focused on Japanese culture. And there's a lot of Japanese guests that normally are able to come, which is really cool. This year, not as many because of COVID and there's still some travel restrictions going on, but there were still a few. And there were some Japanese guests that were just attending like virtually and had some like cool virtual events. So it was really cool. It was really, really cool.
It's sad it's coming to an end, but it's been a couple of days of a lot of fun. They actually flew us out here a whole day and a half early, so we were able to get all set up, check out the space we were going to be doing VR in. And it was initially, we were just going to come out here, share VR with people and hang out. And then they asked, hey, would you host 2 panels? Which was the first time I've ever been to a con. First time I've ever done a panel. First time I've ever sat up in front of a gigantic crowd of anime fans. And funny thing, because they didn't have the Japanese guests and stuff, they were like, oh, Nat will be up there on stage with you.
And then, Editor John.
Yeah, last minute, they were like, we're going to send your cameraman, Editor John, up there on stage with you, too. So you can thank your whole team and have them all up there. So everybody had to come up with something on the fly to say in front of a crowd of probably, I think the room was set for 1,300 people, and it was a little over half. So 600-700 people they had to say something in front of really suddenly.
I didn't mind. I don't mind talking in front of people, so I was like, whatever. But it was just really funny. I just felt kind of funny because it's like, it's your YouTube channel. Like, I mean, I felt like it kind of made sense. I don't know. I do some stuff, but it was just funny because I feel like it would make more sense for like one representative to be up there. And like you said, like, blah, 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 the channel. And I'm just like, hi, I'm here too. Like, it was just really funny.
Yeah, I'm hanging out here too. But it's exactly what you would expect out there if you've never been to an anime convention. Tons of people in cosplay, from the most common anime, video games, movies that you know, to some of the most obscure that I had no idea who they were. But I mean, I saw Princess Peach, Ariel from The Little Mermaid, Michael Myers.
That was cool. That dude was in character.
Yeah,
he was kind of scary.
Of course, some Sailor Moons, you know, all kinds of cosplay that you would expect, which was really awesome and exciting.
Oh my gosh, I gotta say, so there was a formal ball that we went to. It was like an outdoor ball because they're being very safe. It was really nice because it was like masked event, so which I appreciated because I haven't been sick in 2 years, so I was like, I don't want to get sick, and there's all the people from everywhere, so I really liked that. And they had the outdoor formal bowl, and there was a girl there that was cosplaying as Sailor Pluto from Sailor Moon, and she had sewed her whole costume, and it was really freaking cool, and she was awesome.
Yeah, there was tons of people that had handmade stuff they'd gotten off Etsy that they were talking about.
There was this dude. Sorry. There was this dude with amazing like wings. I don't know what his character was because I'm terrible. I don't know anything. But
he was from a video game called Saints Row. It's basically Grand Theft Auto in hell.
Okay. But he had these amazing wings, and we're like, oh, did you make those? He's like, I got them from Etsy. So if you're looking for cool cosplay stuff, check out Etsy.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize you could find so much stuff on Etsy, but we'll kind of walk you through what happened this weekend. So obviously we got here. All of this is a huge volunteer run event. Mm-hmm. All the staff are volunteers. No one gets paid for this. We didn't get paid anything. Obviously they covered our flight and our food, hotel, stuff like that, but we didn't make any money coming here. None of the guests do. Mm-hmm. And you show up first evening, pre-registration starts, and there's already a line of people outside in cosplay ready to come in, and just these crowds of people came in. We opened up the VR room kind of as a test run that first night because it was supposed to be the next day, but we opened up and let people in, and people were excited to try it. It was really fun. It was a good sized room, but it wasn't huge, so we had 4 areas kind of taped off for each headset we were going to be running 4 at the same time, and we chose 3 games: Pistol Whip, Beat Saber, and Job Simulator. And if you're wondering out there why those games, well, most of them don't require very many buttons to be pressed on the controller. They don't use analog sticks, and they run very little risk of sickness because none of them have artificial locomotion in them. Besides, Pistol Whip kind of moves you through a level, but it's slow. It doesn't usually bother most people.
I gotta say, it was really funny that we were just gonna like demo a couple people the first night. I think we ended up being there for like 2 hours. Is that right?
Yep. People crowded in.
We're like, all right, we're doing this. It was really
jumped right into it. Yeah. Something interesting that we learned. So because the whole event was masked, and then you had to be vaccinated or have proof within the last 72 hours of negative COVID test, we had to think about having people in VR headsets in masks. And I was like, oh man, that's going to be a foggy mess first thing. They gave us these Zeiss, Zeiss anti-fog wipes. And of course, VR forums always say, oh, you shouldn't use those or use them at your own risk, whatever. We used these all weekend. They really kept the headsets from fogging, and they don't seem to have any leftover residue. No damage was done. So if you're out there and you're someone who has a real problem with fog because of your climate's really humid or something, Zeiss fog wipes worked and didn't seem to do any damage. So if you're
still use at your own risk.
Yep.
But they worked well for us.
Yeah, they worked for 3 days of continual use. So,
and even if you don't use them for your headset, if you have glasses and like you're wearing a mask or you're getting into VR or anything, definitely check them out because they worked really well. I think people that had glasses were pretty excited because we, wiped their glasses down so they wouldn't fog up in the headset. So they got to have nice fogless glasses all day. So that was really nice too.
Yeah, so that was our first night. We did that, and then the next day we came back to do the VR room in the morning. We weren't there for very long because I had a panel to run. And then during the panel went really well. There was actually a lot of people there to hear about an intro to VR. They were asking a lot of questions. It was really good. We may actually post the panels here. We did record them. They're just audio. They would just be audio and then video on the YouTube channel. So we might actually post those on the podcast channel. But then this weird thing happened. Everybody's phone started making this horrible noise, like an Amber Alert or something like that. What happened?
Oh my gosh. So it was all like, blah, 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 like what the heck is happening? And so I didn't have my phone with me. I didn't have my phone with me like basically the whole weekend. We were looking at, it's like 10 tornado warning, and we're like, and so we were like, should we worry? And everyone from around here is like, oh no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We get those all the time, whatever. And so, but they kept going off. It was like 10 minutes later.
Well, and then a flash flood one popped up too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, flash flood one too. And so we're like, oh, okay, neat. But everyone's like, no, don't worry, we're fine. Right as our panel ended, the staff from Animazement and the staff from the convention center were like, everyone go downstairs, blah, blah, blah. Like, and so we're like, all right. And so we went like one level down, like for safety, for tornado safety. And then they were like, go down further, go down. So we had to go all the way down to the like basement thing, which was kind of cool because it was like the artist alley and cool stuff like that. But it was like, okay, this is scary. We are not used to tornadoes. We're from Oregon, so we're used to like pretty mild weather. I mean, fires, which are horrible, but like that's pretty much the only thing we ever really have to deal with. And so we're just like, oh my gosh. And people from around here were like, well, yeah, tornado warning is a little bit more intense. Like it's not just a tornado watch. You're like, yeah, definitely go down where they're telling us to go. So we're like, all right. And we were down there for about an hour, which wasn't too bad, but it's like everyone that was in the convention center at that point had to go downstairs. So we're all just like, I mean, it's a pretty good space downstairs, so it wasn't like too crowded, but it was like, all right. And we're just like, are we going to die? But after a few minutes, we were like, it's fine.
Everybody was just sitting there along the walls, and some people were still perusing stuff, but a lot of people had been like ready to leave, or it was kind of right at dinner time.
Yep.
So everyone was getting kind of antsy being stuck down there.
There was food down
there. Yeah, you could buy food. Yeah. So it went off, of course, it was no big deal. We heard that there was, a little bit of flash flooding in the area, but it sounded like it wasn't anything too serious or damaging, luckily. Then we were able to get back up and going, but we never got the VR room going again at that rate because it was already so late.
Oh my gosh.
We never got it going back again that day.
Which was, we had told people, we'll be back after dinner.
Yeah, we'll be back after our panel, and then tornado warning.
Oopsie poopsie.
Didn't happen. But no, we got back into it the next day. The next day we did a full day of VR, and some interesting things about it. The big hit was actually Pistol Whip.
Yeah.
Tons of people were coming back, wanted to play more Pistol Whip, were really loving it. Because it's always interesting, because I feel like if you're going to intro VR to someone, a lot of times people do Beat Saber and don't really think about Pistol Whip. But Pistol Whip has such a good degree of intensity.
Yeah.
If you've never played it, you don't know what it is out there. It's kind of like Beat Saber in that it's a rhythm game, but you have a pistol in each hand instead of a lightsaber. You're being propelled through a course, and there's people shooting at you that you can shoot on the beat. Will get you more points, but you can shoot them at any time. You're dodging pillars and you're dodging bullets that are coming at you through these levels, and you just get in a groove with the music, and it's a really cool game.
Yeah, get pistol.
Yep. If someone's in your face, you can hit them with the gun instead of shooting them. Although I didn't really tell people that. I was just letting them shoot because
I told a couple of people.
I didn't want to overwhelm them.
I was like, and you can pistol whip them in the face.
Yeah.
But only the virtual people, not the real people.
Yeah, it's so intense that people really got a great experience out of it because they were so not overwhelmed, but like shocked that it was so immersive and so intense.
That one guy, was he playing Pistol Whip?
The guy that fell down.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well,
but talk more about that guy. Well, he seemed to be like impressed.
He was impressed that it made him fall because he thought it wasn't going to be immersive at all. He thought there was no way that this was going to like really get him too blown away. And then that happened, and he fell down, and it was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And he's like, I can't believe that caused that to me. And he was like really impressed by it.
Yeah, so. I felt so bad though, because we were like, we had our 4 stations, so none of us were like near him then. I was like, oh no. He seemed totally fine, but I still feel bad. I'm like, could have caught him maybe, I don't know. But he definitely seemed really impressed. I also have to talk about, I guess I could talk about her once we get to today, because she was here today. So, keep going.
Well, I think you actually met her at the opening ceremonies.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Something else.
Okay, well, yeah. It was just an interesting tip that I wanted to bring up for all you VR gamers out there. If you're demoing to people, think about Pistol Whip, actually, as one of the first games. If they can handle the movement and if they can handle, having guns in their hands shooting, because it really shocked people, and a lot of people were like, wow, I need to get this now. So that was really cool.
Okay, and yeah, what you were talking about. So I'm a huge Sailor Moon fan. The freaking singing voice actor for the English dub of Sailor Moon was here, Jennifer Seehee. And I got to freaking meet her at the opening ceremonies because we all were randomly on stage for the opening ceremonies. And she was one person away from me. And it was so funny, too, because I was in my Sailor Moon cosplay that day. And the person next to me kept looking at me like, because she was like, oh my gosh, this person's going to be so excited. And I was like all shy. I was like, ugh. But after it, Jeremiah was like, well, he's like, oh, my wife loves Sailor Moon, blah, blah, blah. So I got to get a picture with her and everything. And she was so super nice. And she had a concert. Unfortunately, we missed most of it.
It was during the panel.
Yeah, it was during the panel.
We only caught the tail end.
We caught the very end, which was like the theme song for Sailor Moon. But it was so freaking cool to meet her. I was like getting all these flashbacks because she did like all the songs that were in like, the major moments of Sailor Moon and the songs that were in like the movies and stuff. So, oh my gosh, that was so cool. Very.
Yeah. Yeah, it was exciting to see some of the big names here. And yeah, that we had an awesome time. We had another panel that went into VR beyond gaming. Had even more people show up to that one. I was surprised because I thought that was a little more specialized, but people from the room had heard we were going and wanted to be there to chat about it. So again, we'll probably post that for all of you. But one of the big things that we also were doing as part of the VR room, I brought an extra Quest 2 that I had. And we had, of course, the Asterion products, stands, and Bobo VR sent us some M2 Pro head straps.
That was awesome. Thank you so much to Asterion and Bobo. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, they sent them ahead too, so we didn't have to pack them all in with us.
That was really cool.
But we had everybody had signed up over the weekend that had gotten to demo VR. It ended up being about 300 people. And so we had a giveaway that happened at the closing ceremony. And
wait, before we get to that, could I talk about this one person?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was this one person that came by to the VR room today, and she was there, I think, with her mom. And her mom was saying, oh, she loves Dance Dance Revolution, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, that's great, because we have her in Beat Saber. And so I was talking to her mom about, like, everything about, there's all these great games in VR that can kind of scratch that DDR itch. I said exactly that, and it was hilarious because when the girl got out of Beat Saber, she said exactly that. She's like, this really scratches the DDR itch. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And her mom was like, she said exactly that. And she was so impressed and loved it so much. She was like, I want to buy one of these right now. And it was so hilarious because I think some people thought we're Oculus employees or something. We're like, no, we just wanted to show people VR. And so we're like, oh yeah, go to Amazon or whatever Oculus website.
Yeah, just go buy one. I don't have any to sell you.
Yeah. And so, but she was so impressed. She's wanted to know about the head strap, the Bobo head strap, and the stand and from Asterion and all the stuff. And so I told her all the stuff, but that was just so freaking cool. That was the highlight of the weekend, was seeing the people be so excited about VR. That was really why we wanted to have this VR room and be able to show everyone, just to see that excitement from people and be able to show people how awesome VR can be.
Yeah. And a lot of people were talking about they wanted to buy one after this. People were asking me for links and how do they find them. Mm-hmm. So we did really get to share it. But then also we had the giveaway at the end of it, the closing ceremony. And actually the winner was one of the volunteer staff that was here at Animazement. And she was so excited when she found out we gave it to her at the closing ceremony.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so happy, on the verge of tears, kind of happy, the kind of person you want to win every giveaway you ever do because they're so gracious and they're so happy to have it. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
That was amazing. I was so happy to, seriously, thank you so freaking much we got the headset from Meta. I mean,
it was for us, but
yeah, it was for us,
so we didn't need it.
But thank you so much to Asterion and Bobo VR for sending the stuff just for this event so we could be able to give stuff away, because I think maybe John captured that moment when she won the giveaway. Just amazing to see how happy she was. I hope you guys get to see that video and see how happy you made someone, because she was just so excited. It was so amazing to be able to give her that whole package, all the comfort stuff, all the stands and battery pack and all that stuff. It was so great. She'll have such an amazing setup, and she was so excited. It was so awesome.
Yeah, and someone who didn't already have VR either, so being able to get into it after all this, which is super awesome. And it sounds like we're going to be returning potentially next year.
We hope. I really hope.
Our contact sounds like they want to bring us back, give us a bigger room and more space to set up some more ambitious VR for people to play. So I'm hoping so. And if you're out there and you're near Raleigh and you're like, gosh, why didn't I hear about this? We posted several places, but if you join the Discord, that'd be a great place to catch it, especially when we're here next year, because it sounds like if we're here, we'll be able to get you comp tickets to come in and join us.
I mean, maybe not to everyone. But
yeah, well, it depends on how many people we're talking, but I mean, if it's a crowd, we could probably at least get some. So yeah, if you're out there and you haven't already joined the Discord, but you've been listening, join the Discord. That was the only reason that Brandon was able to make it. And it was funny because they were talking about they were on this road trip coming up here, and they were actually listening to the last episodes of the podcast that they needed to catch up on the way here. So every one of his friends that was with them was like, we kind of feel like we know you too much. We've been listening to your podcast on this whole drive, which was cool.
That was so freaking cool. That is so cool that it worked out like that.
Yeah.
That made me so happy.
Yeah, we got very lucky there.
Also, I have to say, so one of our friends in the VR room, she came back a couple days She gave us these little keychains that are really cute. I think she was like giving them out to people, but mine has a little Pikachu on it. That made me really
mine's
happy.
attached to my name
And one
badge.
of our other friends gave us some chocolate bars. It was really sweet.
Yeah, some Mr. Beast chocolate. He actually worked on the set in the Mr. Beast video, so they gave all of them a bunch of the Mr. Beast chocolate bars.
I didn't know that.
That's why he had a bunch
so cool.
of them, and so he gave us some Mr. Beast chocolate bars randomly.
I hope some of our friends that we met will find the podcast and hear this so they can hear about how we like them. Thanks, friends. We like you.
Yes, hope so. And if you like us out there,
do I have one in? Oh, rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps the podcast. It helps bring us out to more people, more friends, and especially if you want to perhaps possibly get comp tickets next year. Rate, review, subscribe, so more people get a chance.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is the second time we've been able to meet people from the Discord and other communities, so hopefully that'll keep happening. But thank you so much. And remember, if you're out there and you're considering VR, just dive on in.